this is a continuation of the drawing. I probably should have put do not disturb on my phone, but I had a call to come in. So yeah, so there's that, and then there's this part right here, which I don't even think that I need any sort of there's a line that actually there's a line that comes this way, and then there's this and that. So I'm gonna do this, and then this part goes this way. So we want that to happen. This is lighter. And then here we've taken out the outline. So there's a little part in here that is a little bit, it's not totally white in value, or it's not the lightest value. So now we'll mix this. And then there's a kind of a pretty dark valued shadow that goes here. So I'm just doing some blending. And then I'll take a look at it, see how it looks, and figure out how I want to go from there. I'm not going to do this egg because I don't want the video to go too long. So now I have this really kind of a thick shadow right here that I want to create. So again, the shadow that is usually closest to the object is the darkest usually. Okay, so this shadow is pretty consistent, and actually this cloth runs into here, so I want this to stay where it is there. And then my shadow starts here. And then it carries over here. Actually, this is really white right here, so this shadow is distinct. So I'm gonna go back and make sure I capture that. Okay, so you have an idea of how this is supposed to look. Remember, use every tool that you have. You don't necessarily need this cloth. I didn't use it. It is because this happens when you create a ground, and then I'll show you how to create a ground for our next few drawings. Okay? All right, so again, so here's a rough draft of my egg drawing. You see the still life here. Make sure you take your time with this, guys. Take your time. I can't say it enough times. Take your time with it. I'm not saying, you see I went through this pretty quickly, excuse me, but when I say take your time, I mean work on the drawing, walk away from the drawing, come back to the drawing. Work on the drawing, walk away from the drawing, come back to the drawing. Make sure you have the right composition. Make sure all your values are there. Make sure you have a good range and value. If you do not have a good range and value, then make sure your light source is strong. You can also do a value scale. A value scale just kind of gives you an idea of different, here, I'm doing that here, if you can see. It gives you an idea of the lights and the darks in it. So you have, you can test that out. I'm just doing one really quickly. You can test that out to see how many you'll have. Okay? That's totally fine. Don't do it on your final drawing, but do it in your sketch pad and see how many values you have. As long as you have 5 or more values in your drawing, it will be a strong drawing, okay? Take your time. Good luck on these, and we'll talk on Monday.